All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, remember how I've been stressing very highly on this case to keep an open mind when it comes to this case. So, is it possible there was other murders connected to Delphi or the Delphi crew? Well, I'm not sure. I would probably say yes. But let's take a little listen into this report from Fox 19.
So, for nearly 10 or 12 years, the dark, devastating murders of Bill and Peggy Stevenson have left a lot of loved ones just living in fear.
Yeah, answers could be coming as detectives follow up on new leads involving DNA testing and a potential connection to Delphi, Indiana.
Jessica Schmidt explains the very latest developments in part 2 of this story from Cincinnati's Crime Hall.
Well, at this stage of the investigation, detectives tell me they are not prepared to rule anything or anyone out. They've tried everything, including talking to mediums and psychics and announcing a $50,000 reward for information. And they're working on some of their latest news right now.
The disturbing deaths of Bill and Peggy Stevenson left so many in the Boone County community shattered.
It was just horrible, just to find out that they're both gone and that it wasn't an accident, wasn't carbon monoxide, it was in the hands of somebody else. It was almost too much to bear.
The couple was murdered inside their own home in May 2011 after living lives filled with love and ministry. Their daughter Beth calls it an incredibly scary situation.
You're constantly looking over your shoulder, and just up until about 3 years ago, my front blinds never opened. Just within the last 3 years, I've been able to sit with the blinds open.
It was a complex crime scene.
Pretty bad that somebody could stay, that they could stage something and stay with bodies like that for, multiple hours. It was pretty sick.
That's why detectives Coy Cox and Tim Adams are not willing to close the door on anything.
We are careful in this case because of the complexity of some of the evidence, not to say that anyone has been ruled out, but we certainly take it all the way down the path as far as we can to where it's like, okay, we don't see the need to go on down this path because it's not looking like that is our individual.
In November 2022, a tip led them to a neighboring state.
We had received some information from an individual regarding the Delphi murders in Indiana, and they had said for all of these reasons, we believe it may be the same person that was involved in the Stevenson case.
Right away.
Aha. Someone called in a tip to the Stevenson murders in a neighboring state here, real close, believing that there was a connection to the Delphi case. So these detectives went ahead and started investigating that person. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very possible that we have a killer within the Delphi community, and possibly, let's just keep it at that.
Detectives started looking into a possible connection between Bill and Peggy's 2011 murder and the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi, Indiana in 2017.
Is this any coincidence that we got the Stevenson murder in 2011? We have the murder of the Delphi or the Evansdale girls in 2012. Now let's continue a little more. Hello, Mr.
A
Trump.
case that's garnered national attention.
There's things that will make you really interested in a case, simply more than just somebody saying, hey, we think this person might have been involved. But we had a little piece of information that really made that case specifically interesting to us.
The information pointed Boone County investigators toward a specific person who had a specific item they were interested in.
Aha. Evidence pointed towards a Delphier that had a piece of evidence. Yeah, I'm not gonna spill the beans yet on what's going on.
I'm not going to tell you about that, what that item was. We've recently been in the northern part of Indiana, investigating this guy, following him around, looking for things, collecting all of the information and the evidence that we would need to at least vet him as best we could with our case. He was cooperative. We were able to go down that path with him, and he articulated good reason to why that may have existed.
They
Wow. Wow. So what do we got here? We got murder in 2011, the Stevenson's murders. In 2012, we have the Evansdale murders. And then there's a break. He went dormant. Right? Maybe this investigation at Boonstown was spooked him. Right? He went silent.
sent what they found to Indiana State Police since they are handling the murder investigation of Abby.
Did you hear what we just heard there? Boomtown sent the evidence and information that they collected to the state police or to the Delphi Police Department. Now let's continue.
And Libby. To be clear, Detective Cox says their investigation into a potential link between the two cases did not include Richard Allen.
Aha! It did not include Richard Allen because Richard Allen was already in jail, in prison. The Boomstown said when they got there, Richard Allen was already in prison, right? So they didn't go any further because they already had Richard Allen. It didn't include Richard Allen, what they were looking for in Delphi to connect someone else to the Stevens murders. And I mean, is this a coincidence? I mean, come on, folks. We got 2011. Someone calls in a tip to Boonstown and think it's the same guy that had something to do with Delphi. Boone's comes out. They're investigators. They start investigating. They're following this guy all over the place, getting stuff from him, whatever it may be. And the investigation, after they came to their conclusion, they turned over the information to Delphi. Okay, now what happened to it after Delphi? Who was this guy? This officer cannot reveal that information right now. All right, but he's saying it did not include Richard Allen. He was already in jail when these guys got out there.
We received information from Indiana as it related to some persons, and we forwarded that to them. We did not send them the information that led them to Richard Allen. We sent them.
Okay, they did not send the information that led them to Richard Allen. They sent information on another guy, which is meaning there's more than one idiot madman in Delphi.
Some information that may have had some parallel consistencies with where they are with that case right now.
When Boone County detectives were in Delphi, Allen was already in jail, where he has been since October of 2022, accused of Abby and Libby's murders.
I know that sounds a little cloak and dagger, but I'm just sorry about that. I'm not going any further with that.
That's not.
He says that sounds a little cloak and dagger, but we won't go no further with that. All right, detectives looked in between Stevens murders and the Delphi
The
case.
only lead they're following.
Ooh, here's the trucker
two gentlemen
that
are in the
everyone
trucking
talked about.
profession that we have collected DNA from, and we are awaiting response back from the Kentucky State Police Lab.
They're waiting on results from the lab to see if the truck driver's DNA matches the unknown profile found at the Stevenson crime scene.
So we had a truck driver, somebody that is a truck driver, that they took DNA, two truck drivers, they said, that they took DNA from in Indiana. And they're waiting for results for it. So this is very interesting because we know there's a crew. We got the We got the Kokomo crew. We got the Lafayette crew. We got the Delphi crew. You know, and it's just funny to me. Is it a coincidence that 2011 we get this murder? They get a tip that it might be these guys, or might be the same guys involved in the Delphi case, right? So we got 2011. We got this murder, stuff missing from the house, almost like a crackhead might have stole them and killed them and stole stuff from the house. 2012, we have the Evansdale girls. Now, if we can't find another case where they're saying, well, there might be some connection in between Delphi and this case, then he goes dormant. They go dormant, the crew. From 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 5 years. 5 years without a murder, with anyone saying or connecting or tipping anyone off that Delphi might be connected to these other murders. Now, we knew about Evansdale, the Evansdale girls, which I thought one of them girls was still alive. Now, is it a coincidence? I don't know. We're going to do some more sleuthing on this channel and deep dive into it probably and see what other connections, what other MOs in this area around Indiana that fit that. Because if it's what everyone is saying, then it's, it very well might have been a lot of me. Now, in the beginning of the Delphi case, we were looking for a trucker or someone that drove a truck, a semi driver. But everybody said, no, you're nuts. And you're not, they didn't see the big picture. But that's okay. That's fine. That explains probably why some of these guys were suspects in the Delphi case that were semi drivers or truck drivers. There was reports of trucks at Delphi that day. And actually, there was people saying he was a semi driver and he was waiting for his truck to be loaded at the pork butcher place there, or the poultry chicken or whatever it was, right across the street from Delphi. Now, this very well may be something very interesting, but not in the Delphi case, in other cases. There might not be no connection between Richard Allen and the person that did this murder, or the Delphi or the Evansdale murders. But with all the tips coming in, it might have been. It might have been a bunch of guys. And after this case, people got tips. And then the Evansdale case, people saying it's too similar to what happened in Delphi. And then you got people saying there's they took DNA from two semi drivers or truck drivers. Now, we don't know if they were semi drivers. They might just say we took DNA from two truck guys out there, truck drivers. Were they driving semis, or were they just guys that drove trucks? We don't know. They're not releasing that yet. And this officer said he can't release that yet. He can't talk about that yet. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. And what did they do? They killed these ladies, or this man and this woman. And they probably took something from the murders, and somebody probably in Delphi was showing it off or whatever and called in a tip, and they connected the dots. And then these people that were investigating the Stevenson murders put the dots together and came out to Indiana, Delphi, and started their investigation, watching this guy and or whoever it was, these couple of guys, and took DNA and yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, very interesting. Was it Richard Allen? I don't know. This guy said Richard Allen was not part of the investigation and they did not lead the police to Richard Allen. So this is very interesting. Now there is new information out about Richard Allen working at Walmart. Very interesting, right? He was a freak before CVS. He was a freak when he was working at Walmart. So there you go, folks. Always in a murder case, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Right? Now let me explain something to you folks. Some of these Delphiers have drug addictions. They have drug addictions. And I ain't talking about cannabis. I'm talking about the stuff that makes you crazy and you'll kill people for it. So we know that it's very possible that that's why they're doing these murders, possibly to fuel their drug habits. That's very possible. So there you go, folks. There's probably numerous cases and MOs that are going to fit Delphi. Are they connected to all these guys, this crew or whatever they call it down there? It's very dang possible. If if the Stephan murders investigators investigated and they found evidence and turned it over to Delphi, it's connected somehow. Maybe not through Richard, but through one of the other people. Right? We're not sure yet. So let's just keep that in mind. Hello, Mr. Inquiring Minds wants to know. I can use a prayer. I've been under attack. Somebody's been sending me someone's bad juju and sickness and everything, cursing me or whatever. But so that's why I always tell you folks, you keep an open mind in a murder case. Just because someone says something don't mean it's true. Just because, and I'm going to point this out to you folks one more time. Richard Allen was cleared in the Delphi case for many years. He was cleared. Hello, Miss Debbie Fox. How are you doing now? I said hello to you when you came in, Deb. So Richard Allen was cleared many years. His paperwork was found and it was stamped clear from what they're saying, if they're telling the truth. So if Richard Allen was cleared and then 7 years later he's found guilty and he's now found guilty of the murders, then anybody that we were listening to, and we've told you that numerous times, folks, on this channel, the case is ongoing and nobody is cleared. The police have told everybody that. So now everybody that was an original suspect in the Delphi case here's the proof, smacking you folks in the face. I know you don't want to hear it. I know a lot of you people don't want to hear it. You want this case to be over with. It ain't going to be over with, folks. Right? So anybody that came out and did videos saying, oh no, they were cleared, we were cleared, they were cleared, they have nothing to do with this case and everything, they were cleared by police, was a lie. Richard Allen was cleared of the case. And now he's sitting behind bars. How did this happen? I have no idea. He had 7 years. You got to backtrack. Hopefully they were on Richard Allen like flies on crap. 7 years. I hope they were onto him. I hope in 2019, the footage that we are seeing of Richard Allen in the bar is somebody that was watching him. Because if you weren't watching Richard Allen, he had 7 years to continue to kill and rape. He might not have killed, he might just have raped. So hopefully they were on him like flies on crab. All right, let me check my chat real quick and I'm going to end this video. I'm not doing good. Right, my views are down. I'm not doing too good on this video. Oh, sweet dreams, friends, sleep well. Vivian or Vicqueria meds. I can't stay on. My nighttime meds are kicking in already. Just want to come in and show some love. Well, I think thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Get some sleep. Everyone's gonna need it because this case ain't over with, and we're gonna break a lot of people's shells and everything, and hearts. But ladies and gentlemen, we now do believe that this whole thing, witchery, sorcery, demonic stuff, rape, pillage, is all real in America. Everyone gets sleep. You're all gonna need it. Really can't do too much until Trump's inaugurated in. So just buckle down, folks. Buckle down. Don't worry, they're coming. Right now, people are saying that some of these people were, it makes total sense. It's a crew, it's a game, it's a club. It's a club. What's in common? These dudes in Delphi, what do they have in common? Bikes, motorcycles, Harleys. It's a club. It ain't no crew. It's a club. They might operate like a crew, like the mafia, which if you do your research, the mafia will tell you the biker MC world is just a copycat of what the mafia created. They're wannabes. They don't have morals or integrities like the mafia. And now I do believe there are some people out there who are going to come out with videos. They're going to start naming these people as witches and warlocks. They're going to start telling people that ain't that person's sickness. That's that person's sickness. And we're seeing that a lot, even around here in this little town. Right? People trespassing on us and everything. We forgive them, Lord, but it don't make it right. Right? That kind of makes sense to me. Right? And what did the Evansdale people think? That there was a connection to possibly Delphi because it was similar. All right, there you go, folks. We'll be back with more. What can you do? I have no idea what you could do. Keep your doors and everything locked. I don't know what to say. Why didn't they hear? I don't know. Maybe because it was something that connected to Delphi. And that's why we didn't hear about this. in the beginning of the case because it was a cold case. They didn't have no information. But the information that Stephens investigators investigated somebody in Delphi, a couple truck drivers. Who knows? We'll have to see. Maybe they weren't even from Delphi. They were just driving by Delphi or through Delphi on their route. That's possible too. See, it don't take much to do a murder in one part of the country on the other side of the country, and within a couple days be totally on the back in your home state or whatever. Right? Now, you folks get your witches and demons ready in the Delphi Crew YouTube channels because we're coming for you. And I do believe that witches and you warlocks and your magic is real. So we're coming for you. So you're not going to stick me with this sickness, with this raspy voice, Rick Snay. I don't think you boys got what it takes to stop us. I know you're going to call in the Hells Angels or some kind of a biker club. I don't think you got the balls to stop us. I don't think you got the manpower or the weaponry to stop us. But we do now believe that these people are demonic and they sold their souls. And I don't think they got what it takes to stop what's coming. And that's what they get for doing this witchery shit and sorcery and laying hands on people. And that's what they get, is a bunch of investigators and people down there just going through everybody and tearing up, taking names and kicking butt. And now I don't know if they're saying these guys are Hell's Angels down in. There's no way they would have killed whoever did this. You want to know what's going on in the Hell's Angels? You talk to George. We can't get a hold of Sonny because Sonny ain't around no more. But I can tell you this much: if the Hell's Angels did this, I can guarantee you whoever did do it is dead already. And that's all I can say. If they are Hell's Angels. But I don't think any of them punks in Delphi are real Hell's Angels. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. But if the reports are true and the Hell's Angels are in Indiana now, and they're down in Delphi or whatever, then I suggest you guys get out of the way, because them suckers they're madmen. They're on a list, government list as a terrorist organization. You might want to get out of their way. All these biker clubs are on a list. I know they served and all this and that and everything. I know that, but that was when they were in the military. They chose to, and that's why Big John and a lot of these guys got out of the MC world, is because they took it, and it wasn't just a bunch of guys enjoying their bikes, drinking beer, hanging out. They made it a crime circuit. And that's why a lot of these big dogs backed out, retired out of the MC. And a lot of them said it just ain't what it was. right? They were that even some of these bikers were saying they were starting to use terrorist tactics to kill people or other bikers or whatever, right? And people are, they're not terrorists. Yeah, they are. If you go by the government, why? Well, because they use terrorist tactics, blowing up cars, houses, shooting people down the highways. That's why. Now, I don't know if it's the Hells Angels. I can't believe Hells Angels will do this. I think it was somebody trying to blame someone else. I don't know. Maybe one of the family members did rat on a Hells Angel. You don't want to do that. Not unless you got protection, right? We don't know what happened, folks. That's why you got to pay attention, and you got to look at the family of what was going on. They were bikers. I know it. It sucks. I hate it. But the fact is the girl's family, the one girl's family, were bikers. And yes, it's true. They turned state's evidence on someone, right? I mean, if you ain't got a brain, don't do it. I don't have a brain, so I can't. They do kill people if you backstab them. If it's an MC 1% club, they might have. But them people down there, whoever was involved in that family or was a biker and belonged to an organization or whatever, they might have. They must have done something very, very bad, though. Maybe killed one of their own. Maybe killed one of the, or raped. I'm going to connect some dots here and blow your mind. Would they kill the, I don't know, if one of these idiots raped one of the Hells Angels family members, young kids or whatever, I imagine they probably would do something like that. You know, I mean, we don't know. We got a lot of footage, a lot of people now bringing up stuff about Cody and the conversation he was having about a 14-year-old or a 13-year-old girl twerking, and he was going to nail her tonight. I hope that wasn't a Hell's Angels 14-year-old daughter, because now I can see now I can see why this is such a mess. But I do agree with you, Debbie. I don't think as a whole organization Hell's Angels would kill two little girls. I don't know. Let me see what Debbie's saying. Oh, sweet dreams, friend, sweet big hugs. God help me, amen. Yes, help me too, in Jesus' name. Bikers don't kill children. No, you'd have to do something very bad for them to do something like that. I don't believe it has anything to do with bikers. I don't know, Debbie. Investigate the case. I don't know. You're going down a ridiculous hole. Get out of it. Yeah, that's what they said about the, I was hearing Frank Meister saying something about this ain't the Kennedy case and this ain't, it is. It is. Well, we'll see. No, I'm not sure, but I asked you about Elvis and I get nothing. Elvis who? Presley? Or Elvis Fields? Oh, Elvis Fields was somebody that the police talked to because his sister said that he was there and spit on the girls. Uh, we don't know if it was spit or semen. I don't know. But they said Elvis didn't have anything to do with it. Elvis Fields, the dude with the spit on the, yeah, it's Elvis Fields. Yeah. Well, I imagine there was a lot of them involved, Debbie. If it ain't Odin's, they're bikers, right? If it ain't, they're Odin's, they're Masons, whatever, Masonic Lodge, but they're also Harley Davidson guys. Yeah, it's just horrible. It's horrible. Ann was there with two people. The dude who spit, yeah. Yeah, please stop with the Manson bikers. Stop with the Manson. Well, Debbie, I can't do that. I'm really sorry, sweetie. But there's more people coming to the rescue, Debbie. And the reason I can't do that, Debbie, is because there's some kind of a connection, or the other investigators from the other states wouldn't be out here giving information to the Delphi Police Department. Elvis is also a Harley Davidson guy. I wish these people would do their investigation. It was an initiation into a club, Debbie. That's what everybody was talking about in the beginning of the case, sweetie. That they were being initiated into a club. And they ride motorcycles. That was in the beginning of it. But everybody said that was bullcrap. Elvis does not have a license. He might. He might not. I don't know. I know he's got mental problems. He's got mental problems like Richard, right? Richard's telling everybody he's going to kill the whole world. He's going to kill everybody. He's going to. Elvis Fields might have done the same thing. He's not right in the head, and he told the cops he spit on the girls. And would he be in trouble if he did it? Yeah, he might have been there. But here's the thing: Elvis Fields knew Jesse Messer, Brad Holder, and other people. And what were they? They were these guys that were in a Masonic lodge, but they also rode motorcycles. I mean, you would. He doesn't. His sister said no. If he doesn't have a license to drive, he has no biker. I know, Debbie, but you don't need to have a motorcycle to be in some of these clubs. They call you a hang around or a prospect. Now, certain MC clubs have different rules. Hell's Angels, you have to have a motorcycle. That's the number one rule. It has to be a Harley. It can't be nothing else but a Harley in the Hell's Angels. And it's also like that in the Mongos, I think, or one of these other clubs. You got to have a motorcycle or you cannot be in it. But I've seen other crews, MC clubs, where you don't need a motorcycle to be in the club. You'll get a patch or whatever, but you don't ride. You might drive a car or whatever, and you're just there in the MC world uh, as a soldier, as someone else. I don't know. Right? Exactly, Debbie. Yeah, she just said it right there. Unless you're kissing ass or cleaning bikes, exactly. And these biker clubs have that, right? They have dudes that join the club. They don't do certain. All they do is sit around the house, uh, the clubhouse, and do whatever they need around there. Clean bikes, stock beer, coolers, food, stuff like that. Right? They're still in the club. They don't ride motorcycles. But that's not all the MC clubs. I mean, yeah, most of the big name clubs are very picky. You got to ride a motorcycle, right? But there are clubs out there that you don't need to have a motorcycle. But you might be right. You know more about this biker stuff than me. No, we're not joking either, Debbie, about it. The American people have spoken. They're tired of these tyrants and everything. Oh, I know you know more about that biker stuff than me, but I think right now there's a lot of channels now saying it's time to end this madness in America and all this, and with all these gangs and clubs and all this. And I agree, it's madness, and I'm going to tell you the truth. That's why Big John, a lot of these guys got out of the MC world. That is why. It just got too radical. It was not about what they started the club about. of just a bunch of guys getting together that were ex-military, drinking beers and driving their bikes. And if you listen to some of these guys, they'll tell you it didn't take long. We were into cocaine, we were killing people, we were prostitution and all kinds of stuff, right? Some of these guys just wanted to have companionship, hang out with their buddies, drink beer, ride their bikes, and that's it. And a lot of them got out. It's too crazy. It was just too crazy. And I don't blame them one dang bit. You see some of these bikers? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'd be finding a new way of making a living too. Dirt bikes, four-wheelers, that's redneck bull crap, riffraff. How dare you call them a redneck? You're a redneck. You have pigs and animals and cows. You're the redneck. This has to do with this dirty ass, that Debbie Fox says, this has to do with this dirty ass people who care nothing about anything except themselves again. She might be right. I don't know. The Manson are good living people. Or the Masons. The Masons are good living people who care about their families. Well, what Masons are you talking about? There's two different kinds. My daughter was baptized at a Masonic church. Well, that explains where all this evil's coming from you. You little Tasmanian devil. Debbie, please do your history and research. If you no, I'm not going to do it for you because I'm going to post a video in Messenger, and 5 minutes later you're going to post it back to me saying, "Did you see this?" I suggest people get out of the business of motorcycles, gangs, mafias, whatever, because I think they're going to drain the swamp, and I think Jesus is going to wipe America clean, maybe, and start over. I'm not sure. They helped me when me and my daughter was alone. I know you told me they're not all bad, Debbie. They're not all bad. I agree with you. They're not all bad, but some of them are badasses and pretty mean. They Beaver tried to hurt my daughter. Beaver? What Beaver? Oh, they never tried to hurt your daughter. You said that they Beaver tried to hurt. What Beaver? Never? Okay, I see it. Well, I'm glad they helped you when you needed the help. I don't know if you're talking about the Masonic Lodge or the bikers. I'm not sure. But here's the thing. I know I know I got one foot in the grave, guys, out there, and one outside, right? But this is all changing, and now there's people coming out saying if Mr. Trump don't do what he says, he's out of the office. So they are going to keep Trump to his word, and Trump is going to drain the swamp in America. Masonic, Johnny, Masonic and Eastern Star. Oh, yeah. Well, they are now saying that pretty much every police officer, fireman, politician, they all belong to this Masonic lodge. Now, I don't know if that's true. I have no idea. Probably not, but I would imagine probably some of them are judges, all Masonic lodge people. I don't know if it's true or not. I grew up thinking that Masons were builders because I was into carpentry and construction. So I always thought a Mason was either somebody in the Mason business, bricklaying, or carpentry, a trade. But there's two different kind of Masons. There's Masons that, just as that says, they were carpenters, bricklayers, uh, and then there's the Masonic Masons, which they are black robes, rituals, and stuff like that. So you have to get that straight. There's two kinds of Masons. All right. There's people that learn how to build. They don't kill. They don't. They don't worship in a candlelit room with a dark robe and sacrifice stuff. They build. That's how I was taught. You build. A Mason is a builder. He builds. He's the builder. These people come to us. They say we need this built. We don't know how to build it. You guys do. And then the Masons, they built it. Right? They go to church. Shoot. A lot of people go to church. They don't rituals. Yes, this Masonic Lodge does hold rituals and seances. And that's why you have to become, there's stages of becoming a full-fledged Masonic leader. Supposedly the 33 means you're fully engulfed, full-blown Masonic man. And in order to get to that 33, you have to go through stages within the Masonic Lodge. I don't know how many people you got to sacrifice or drink blood or whatever you got to do. I don't know. But we do know this much from our research and from eyewitnesses that there's stages before you have to be, before you become a Mason. You have to be almost born into it. I don't know, Deborah. You know more stuff about this than me. I think I might have to investigate my own mod. This is unreal. Johnny, you need to do your research. No, little woman, you do. We now have proof that they've been using witchery, sorcery, not even them, the music business, the muse, every one of them. Every single one of them. We're going to play it all in court. Look at Satan set up shop in God's country. And they're going to go, Jesus, God, why didn't they? We told you. And then they're going to be like, what do we got to do to get rid of this? Burn it down. You want to start over and not have this madness in our world and all this stuff? You can't get a job unless you're a Masonic Mason. There are certain things that you cannot do in this country unless you are a Masonic Mason. And it's no wonder this country is crap. And it's not only this country, it is other countries that practice this Masonic crap. They are everywhere. London, England, Germany, they're everywhere. And you don't go or get to be high power in any kind of thing like that. Heck, you can't even get a construction job anymore, they're saying, unless you know somebody that's a Masonic guy or something. I don't know. It might be true. I don't know. No, little lady, you've been causing me a lot of trouble lately. No, look at her laughing in my chat. She's just a she's been really, really not good today. All right, let me see what's going on here. I wish you would listen up. No, Griff tries to tell you people about the Masons. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me I'm a builder. I've done it all, Debbie. You don't have to tell me. I'm a lot like Alice Cooper. I've seen it all, folks. You don't have to tell me. I know. They don't sacrifice. You think they're going to come out and tell you they don't sacrifice, Debbie? We know this much. They have orgies. Giant orgies. They never invited me. You know anything about that, Debbie? I know bit they don't sacrifice. What do you know about the orgies? That's what I thought. Yeah. Go on, I'm listening. They do too. You know it. You know it dang well. Don't you try and... You know dang well, woman. Don't you dare laugh. If you put another smiley face in my chat, I'm going to be upset. I cannot believe this one. Maybe you should let us know about the wild orgies. You are talking about the toga party. No, I'm not, little lady. I think you got a lot of explaining to do after this live. I really do. I really think so. Right? I really think so. You don't have to tell me about nothing, Deborah. I know. I've been there. You understand, woman? Do you want to know why I know? Unfortunately, I can't tell you that, because any Masonic man or Mason would know why you can't say anything. But I ain't going to say nothing. Now, I think you should wipe that smile off of your smiley emoji. Folks, I'm sorry you had to see that or hear that. Now behave, Deborah. I worked at a Masonic Easter Star nursing home. Never seen them have orgies. That's funny, because we've never actually documented one and seen it. We've heard about it, but never been able to get inside to see it. It's funny that you talk that you used to work at a Masonic lodge. That you now are claiming there is no orgies. We'll have to just figure this out. I think I may have to investigate my own mind. And what did you do at that Masonic Lodge Eastern Star Hotel Nursery? You are not allowed to see those meetings. They are for men only. Exactly. Do you know why they are for men only, Miss Fox? I think you know why. Do I need to go any further in this investigation, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think I do. Now you can all open your checkbooks and just send a check to me, or send your credit cards and I'll send them back when I'm done. But that's about as far as this is going right now, right? Don't make me go all the way with this investigation. You guys will not be happy at all. You'll be in the corner vomiting if you only knew. Let me see what this woman is saying now. I fed the elderly and watched that their dietary menus were okay for them to eat. I taught a ceramic class at home. Oh, a ceramic class. Is that where you like sculpt stuff, Debbie? With clay? Debbie? Spent a lot of time there. Is that where you do stuff with clay, Debbie? Is that where you make clay stuff and then you put it in the oven? And they gave my daughter a beautiful baptism dedicated to God. Amen to that, sister. Yes, Johnny, it is. So it was like the movie Ghost. Interesting. Just you and an elderly Masonic man. Making pottery together, much like Ghost. I think I've seen this movie before, Debbie. There's no need to say anymore. But I would like to know about these wild orgies that they've been having in these sacrifices that they have. Now, don't even bring Griff into this. She brought Griff into this, the eighth wonder of the world, the Swami of YouTube. She just mentioned Griff's name. Look at her. What'd she say? You guys should listen to Griff. He'll tell you people about the Masons. But you don't listen. He speaks truth. Do you know that I've seen Griff spit milk through his nose? Do you know I seen this man dress up like Telly Savalas and glued hair on his chest? Do you know I seen that man sitting at a table with the devil's head right on the thing with his mason ring out saying, ha ha ha. Woman, don't you tell me I don't know about things. This is what got you into trouble in the first place. He's talking to ghosts. He's as crazy as a coon bat shit. I've seen him take bat shit and spread it on a piece of bread and eat it. Guana. And now you're going to tell me he's going to show me everything. Are you kidding me? And I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll watch some of this stuff on this channel again. But don't you ever come in here, lady, trying to tell me I don't know about Masons. Let's see what she's got to say now. Listen, he is rough around the edges, but he speaks the truth. Now, little lady, he ain't wore around the edges. Someone tied a chain to him and drug him through an ugly bush. Woman, you best know your man and be on my side. Now, I'll go ahead and I'll watch Griff's channel for you. But this is going to come to an end real soon, little lady, with your back talking on this channel. This little lady has got problems. Excuse me. I am on your side, but Griff tells the truth. And what am I saying? I have practically explained everything to you, woman. Every little thing. And still she does not believe the reason of wisdom. I cannot help this woman. She has once worked for the Masonic Lodge and seen many of orgies and sacrifices. For there's nothing I can do with this lady, for she has been through the sacrificial orgy. Don't you laugh. She's laughing again. She never takes anything I say serious. She never does anything. She don't even, Jesus, for the love of God, I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to go crazy. I think she is on a mission to absolutely drive me nuts. Completely crazy. God save her. I don't know what to do. There's nothing I could do with her. In order to even date this woman, to marry her, I would have to go in front of the Masonic orgy sacrificial high gods just to ask for her hand or to date her. And I just don't want to go that far. I don't know what those men do behind closed doors, but I think they party in there. Yeah, I think they're doing probably something in that dark room with candles lit and everything. Let me give you a little hint of what's going on in them dark rooms with candles and robes. And you seen the P. Diddy case, didn't you? Well, need I say more? But there's nothing I could do for this little lady in my chat. She's already seen, she worked at a nursery home that was a Masonic Lodge nursery home, and where she did ceramics. Just her and an old man that she took care of in a Masonic lodge. It's a black robe party. Yeah. Let me see. Do things wives won't let them. So they wear robes, smoke cigarettes, drink smoked cigars and cigarettes, and they also have what their wives won't let them do, orgies with a bunch of women. So that's probably what they're doing, Debbie. I mean, she's leaving out the good stuff. She throws in there, well, they just smoke cigarettes, cigars. They drink and have some, they do things that their wives won't let them do at home. And one of them things are orgies. So, Debbie, please stop. Please. You're just digging yourself into a deeper hole, little lady. right? You are putting your foot in your mouth right now. Look at her. She's laughing a little bit. God bless that little woman. You need to retire from the Masonic Lodge. You really do. With all the sacrifices you've been through and orgies, you're wore out, woman. Find a good man. Come home. Come home to me, baby. I never seen any women in there or out. Well, that's because they keep them locked up in their chambers. It's obvious you know nothing of Masonic worshiping. There's so much you need to learn, Grasshopper. I never seen any woman in there or out. No. All right, I think we're going to end this video. It's late. What time is it, Debbie? Oh, it's 2 o'clock. Almost 2 o'clock. What time is it? It's 1:44. I don't know, little lady. We're tracking all these people's phones. It's funny, Debbie. Your phone was just pinging over there by the Masonic nightclub. It's very interesting, Deborah. I got so many phones I'm tracking. Come to think of it, many seem a little weird. Oh, really, Debbie? No, not them. No. No, I don't know who it is. Right? It's so hard to track these phones, right? SIM cards and everything. For all we know, it's Nancy Pelosi in my chat. Hello, Nancy. You're looking great. I mean, we don't know. We have no idea. No, I've had enough with your temperament, Deborah. I want you to go to your room because you have been very, very cranky today. Hi, Johnny. How are you? I'm fine, Debbie. If you are Debbie, whoever she is, I'm telling you, I'm sending her back. The chip in her brain is fried. I got to get her fixed or something. I don't know. Till then, I'm going to need another chat wife AI. What, Debbie? You said call the Masonic Lodge. I can get an AI wife there. Okay. All right. If you insist, I'll call them and let them know that you're sent me. You know what? I'll just stop over at Griff's. I think I'll just stop over at Griff's channels and I'll be like, hey, Debbie told me to come on over here. Her brain chip is fried. I need a new chat wife. Yes, they will make one. They will make you one in pottery class. I don't know what this little woman's doing. She needs yes, they will make you one in the pottery class. Make me what Griff is. A good guy, I swear he is. No. I never said Griff was anything but the Swami of YouTube and the eighth wonder of the world now. Don't go twisting words. I know you said he's a Masonic Mason or whatever, but there is nothing anybody can tell me because all these people think 33 is the highest level you can get to in the Masonic world. And let me tell you, folks, you are just a chump at 33. Don't even try to get to my level. He is a man get jealous because they can't join. Debbie, I'm going to be honest with you, sweetie. Right now is the best time not to be affiliated with any of these clubs, secret society things. But hey, little lady, you go and do whatever your little heart desires. You go on. Griff has not even made it to my level yet in Mason. For one, let me tell you, when you get to my level in Masonic things, I shouldn't be telling you folks this, but I'm going to. My farts are so powerful I can blow candles out. Took me 5 years to learn. But you don't even get to get that training. Go over there. Go over to Griff's and ask him if he can blow a candle out from 20 feet with a fart. You fake ass Mason. Oh my God. Go on. Yeah. He won't even be able to tell you. What? What are you talking about? Because he ain't even at the degree I am. It's unbelievable. This is all a bunch of crap and everything. Yes, it is the power of concussion. Not many people in the higher ups. I retired. This was many years ago. No longer Masonic, but the teachings that they taught me were phenomenal. A lot of these guys are like, oh my God, can you do this? Can you build an ark? Can you? Yeah, but can you guys do this? And it's almost like a concussion ring that comes and blows out the candle. I've knocked beer cans over. But this is training that you must go through for many a years, much like a monk, much like a kung fu artist, much like a deadly kung fu man. Many years have gone into that training. That none of these guys even know about. Right? Right? Go over there to your Griff's channel, Debbie, and go over there and ask him. Go over there and ask him, can he do that? That it was a Masonic training for many years, much like a ninja. You got that right. There are certain things that we had trained and certain things that people just did not pass. He will think I am a serious nut job. We already think that. We've been watching you a long time, ever since you came out and said that you've been working at a Masonic old timers house where they have orgies. No, I didn't. I'm not no Mason. Good God Almighty. I know how to build. For all I know, a Mason could have showed me how to build. A Mason could have showed me how to build walls and bricklaying and roofing. But was I a Mason? No. But you're considered a Mason because if you look up what they did back in the olden days, they were builders. And that was it. That was it. You're thinking of the Masonic Masons that did all the magic and all the crap or whatever, but real Masons were builders. They were the ones that built the pyramids. They were the ones that built all kinds of stuff. And the knowledge of building was transferred down to different generations, different societies. But real Masons were builders. That's it. We know nothing of no secret society. Is the secret society probably real? Yes. But we don't know of it. We're builders. That's it. We're the ones that these idiots in the robes come to and say, can you build us this building? So we can worship and have sacrifices in it and orgies. The American people have been so misled, it's unbelievable. I'm just telling her the truth. Debbie, the Masonic Mason Lodge are a bunch of guys in robes. They come to us, the guys in the field, the guys that build, that learn, that build things. They come to us and say, we are the Masonics. Yeah, what do you want? We need this built. Well, build it yourself. You're a Masonic, don't you know? We know not a building. We only know of black robes and candles and pyramids and crosses inside of a pentagon. Yeah. Well, you might have done your work. If you want that building built by us Masons that build, we don't worship in a dark room, blackness. We believe in Jesus Christ, Almighty King of Kings. That's going to cost you about $2.5 million to build that building. I don't know. The world is lost. The world's lost. They know not of nothing. They don't want to know not of nothing. They think they know something, but they in real life they know nothing. Zilch, zero, zippity doo dah. And it's the same thing with the electricians, right? Do they know anything about it? Are they Masonic? They're Masons. They're considered Masons because they build. They use their hands, right? And I've seen a couple of the road guys after we're done building the house. They come into the electricians, man. Can you guys? We need light to go ahead and see our orgies and our black robes and everything. So we're tired of it, right? We're tired of it. We're tired of it. You're better off to. You want to join something? Huh? You kids out there want to join something? Debbie, you want to join something? Join the union. Learn a trade. Join a union and learn a trade. Okay? Last time I checked, our unions ain't having sacrificial orgies and a bunch of orgies. I know they wish we would, but we don't. You want to join something? Join the union. Oh my God, I got to do everything in this country. Jesus, I could use your help, baby. King of kings, I can use your help right now. In Jesus' name, I pray you save us all. Leave us just a little piece of America. Just leave us a little piece of land right around here. We'll start over, I guess. I don't know. Somebody do something. I wonder if Griff has a ring. Now, you know dang well Griff's got a ring. He's been flaunting it all over YouTube. He actually places his hand in certain positions so the light gleams off of the ring and blinds you. That's also part of Mason training. We don't know what Griff is. Even the Masonic Lodge don't know. They said he went rogue. He was on his way to learning how to blow candles out with his farts. Almost there, and he backed out. You didn't have enough, did you? You just didn't have enough wind in you, did you, to accomplish it? Oh my God, I'm dying. I can really see him in a robe. I can't. You might be able to because you're used to these black robe orgies. I'm not. Well, we've learned a lot about little Debbie tonight, which she's held back for so long, which much like the evidence in the Delphi case and so many other cases. But I can tell you this much. You won't catch me in there, not unless they're paying me money. Debbie, one day I will train you. One day I will train you, grasshopper. But it will take very many long hours. Now, is there anything you need to know, Miss Deborah? Anything more? Try to pull the wools over my eyes. Like I don't know these things. How dare you, woman? I can't really see him in a robe. I don't want to see him in no robe because I'm afraid, does he have anything on under the robe? That would be freaky. I just can't say stuff negative because they were good to me. Debbie, how come you belong to every organization I talk about? Can you explain that to me, woman? I can talk about the Ethiopians, and this little woman they're great people. How do you know I can't deal with this little woman no more. I'm telling you, that brain chip in that AI right there is no good, Elon. I don't know why you're sending me this defective AI chat wife when you got a perfectly good wife at home and you send me this. She can't stop laughing. She belongs to the Mason nursery home where they have ceramic night and orgies in black robes. I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. She knows every dang group I bring and talk about. She belongs to them. They helped raise her. They nurtured her in the bosoms of the Masonic robes, in much like a story of. I'm done with this. I'm done with this demonic whatever it is. I'm done with it. Now, is there anything you need to know, Miss Debbie Fox, before I end this video? Because I can't take too much more of you. You want to throw in my face, these guys are 33-degree Masons, and I'm telling you they ain't shit. You got another 33 to 70 more sessions to go through before you even get up to us higher class, which we dropped out because they talked about putting everybody in robes and everything and orgies and everything. Count me out. I'm a single guy. What do you mean you want me to have an orgy with 25 women and just me? Are you guys sickos? Sorry, sister. I don't roll that way. Now, I think I've said enough tonight, Miss Debbie Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry you had to see me. Tell my mom that she's got a defective brain chip. Hello, Mr. Snake. Hello, all good people out there of YouTube, Delphi community who think that you're laughing because everyone thinks I'm crazy about all the witchery and sorcery and all the evil you've been doing. But soon you will see. The Masonic Lodge is coming to me now. They're backing me. Many of us are being backed. We are coming for all you witches and warlocks out here in America. What do you know about that, Debbie? Let me guess, the witches. The witches saved your life. They held you within their bosoms and let you drink from their breasts of milk. Right? Right? Every organization she knows. They helped raise her. Now I've had enough of this. I'm ending this video. I want to thank all you folks. Now remember, in a murder case, what do? We keep an open mind. That's what we do in a murder case. That's what we do in a murder case. Anything is possible. Anything. And what else do we do? Just because somebody was not at the murder scene does not make them not part of the murder. Do you folks understand that? Let me say that one more time to you. Just because somebody wasn't at the murder scene does not mean they are not part of the murder. Hopefully you folks heard that. I'm hoping. Let me see what my mod said before I pull her brain chip out. We were robed and danced by the firelight. You're a witch. I mean, don't try and sugarcoat it. Right? Anyone that wears a robe and dances around a fireplace is a witch, must be. I don't know why she tells me this now. How long have you been here on this channel, Debbie? A long time. You could have told me that when you first joined, that you were a Masonic nursery home taker and a ceramic maker. You could have told me that you wore robes and danced by fires and had giant orgies. But now the truth has come out. There's not much I can do. Ah, well. Of course, I probably would have to go to all these organizations that help raise you and ask them to date you or for your hand in marriage. But I think I'll just wait on that because I'm sure there's going to be more information coming out on your little escapades. While we were robed, clothes, it is easy to get out of dance naked by the fire listening to Stevie Nicks. Casting spells, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, we, the people of the United States, rest our case right from the horse's mouth. Miss Fox said, well, we were robes because it is easier to get out of and dance naked by the firelight listening to Stevie Nicks casting spells. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now do not worry. I will handle Miss Fox. She will be dealt with. But for the rest of you, now you know. When you do something like that, it's very disturbing. But then again, with all my training and everything, I knew all along it was inside. I felt it inside of me. I knew when this woman told me these things, I was crushed. Nothing I could do now, Debbie. You're on your own. You broke the Masonic Lodge rules. Talked about your robes and orgies. You're out. I'm so sorry. Now crawl back into your coffin and sleep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to end this video. I hope you folks had a great night. God bless everybody. Remember, keep an open mind in the case. Everyone is a suspect. And we're back to square one. We're back to square one. The case starts all over. And on to the next. Witches don't have coffins. How would you know, Miss Debbie? How would you know that? Yes, sweet dreams, friends. You folks have a great night. Be safe. God bless.